Distributed Database System presented by Rupali Banerjee. Today we will learn data replication. We are going to cover following topics. See the index. What is data replication? First see, in case of distributed database, the whole database is fragmented and distributed in different sites. There may be multiple copy or replica. So what is the definition? Data replication means storing a copy or replica of a relation or fragment of a relation redundantly in two or more sites. It is the process in which the data is copied at multiple locations, that is, different sites, different computers or servers. Why this is needed? Because it improves the availability of data. So what are the goals for data replication? First one is it increases the availability of data. Second, if a query is triggered, it increases the speed up of query evaluation. And for better performance, we need data replication. Take one example. Suppose database A is divided into two fragments. One is A1, another is A2. Within a replicated distributed database, this scenario is depicted in this figure. See, fragment A1 is stored at site S1 and site S2. See, for S1 there is A1 fragment and for site S2 there is A1 fragment. While fragment A2 is stored at site S2 and site S3. So this is an example of data replication. Take another example. There is a fragmented part of the total whole database. It is 35 GB. And for its replication, these 35 GB data, same data is stored in different sites. So these are the replication of this 35 GB data. Types of data replication. There are two types of data replication. One is synchronous replication, another is asynchronous replication. So what is synchronous replication? Here, in case of synchronous replication, the replica will be modified immediately after some changes are made in the relation table. So if some changes are there in the relation table, then immediately all replicas will be modified. So there is no difference between original data and the replica. But in case of asynchronous replication, the replica will be modified after commit is fired on the database. So first database is modified and then the modification is saved, commit is fired, so the modification is saved, then all replica will be changed. That is, in case of asynchronous replication, replica will be modified after commit. Advantages of data replication. First response. In case of data replication, availability of data increases. Because of the availability of data increases, the local copies of data ensures quick query processing and consequently quick response time. Reduce network traffic. Means what? Say site 2 trigger one query and the required data because of data replication is also available at site 2. So it reduces network traffic. Since local copies of data are available, query processing can be done with reduced network usage, particularly during prime hour. Prime hour means everyone required that particular data. So that is the prime hour. But if that data is available to the local site, then it reduces network traffic. But when the data updation is done at non-prime hour. But there are some disadvantages in case of data replication. First one is increased storage requirement because there are multiple copies of database. For maintaining those multiple copies, storage cost increased. So maintaining multiple copies of data is associated with increased storage cost. So in case of centralized database, the whole database is stored in one location, in one site. But in case of distributed database, there are multiple copies. So multiple copies of storage are also required. So the storage space required is in multiples of the storage required for a centralized system. Next is increased cost and complexity of data updation. Each time a data is updated, the update needs to be reflected in all the copies of the data at different sites. Means if one copy is updated, then the replication is stored in different sites. Those copies should also be updated. This requires complex synchronization techniques and protocols, so cost is also increased. Take one example. In site S1, there is one relation and multiple copies of that relation, that is replications, are stored in site S2, S3 and S4. Now, if we update this relation, the relation which is stored in site S1, then we have to update S2, S3 and S4 also. So, here cost is increased. Last one is undesirable application, that is overhead increase in case of update operation. If complex update mechanism are not used. For updation, here complex update mechanism are not used. So, for removing data inconsistency requires complex coordination at the application level. So, this result in undesirable application, that is called database coupling. Types of questions comes in your university exam. Go through this question. Our next topic is replication schemes. Replication schemes. There are three types of replications. One is full replication, second one is partial replication, and third one is no replication. We will learn each and every replication in detail. So, what is full replication? In case of full replication, total database is first fragmented and then distributed. But each fragmented part is replicated. That is called full replication. So, a fully replicated database stores multiple copies of each database fragment at multiple sites. In this case, all database fragments are replicated. Here, distribution of entire relation at all sites are possible. But fully replicated database can be impractical. Why so? Because due to the amount of overhead it imposes on the system. Advantage and disadvantage of full replication. First, advantages. High availability of data, because database is available to almost every location, and also faster execution of queries are possible because database is available to almost every location. And what are the disadvantages of full replication? Here, concurrency control is difficult to achieve in full replication, and update operation is slower because we have to update each and every replicated fragment. Next, partial replication. A partially replicated database stores multiple copies of same database fragments at multiple sites. It means only some fragments are replicated from the database. That is, the total database is fragmented, but not all fragments are replicated, only some fragments are replicated. So, what are the advantage and disadvantage of partial replication? So, the advantages are it provides a consistent copy of data across all the database nodes. Here, it increases the availability of data because of replication. The reliability of data is increased through data replication. Data replication supports multiple users and gives high performance. And what are the disadvantages of partial replication? Disadvantages are more storage space is needed as storing the replicas of same data at different sites consumes more space. Data replication becomes expensive when the replicas at all sites need to be updated. And maintaining data consistency at all the different sites involve complex measures. And the last one is no replication. Means there is one data fragment, okay, and only one copy of that data fragment is stored in another site. No other copy is stored in no other sites. So that is called no replication. So no replication stores each database fragment exactly at one location. So what are the advantages and disadvantages? Advantages are concurrency can be minimized because no replication is there, and also easy recovery of data is possible. But disadvantages are poor availability of data. And second one is it slows down the query execution process because of poor availability of data. as multiple clients are accessing the same server. For getting more and more updates, please like, share and subscribe my channel. That's all for today. Thank you.